Hey fifth graders, welcome back to the second episode of the Math Show with Miss Condry for the week. Keep in mind that we still have all of these norms. Hopefully you've already watched the first video where I explained all the norms again. But don't forget, be positive, respectful, keep on trying when it's hard, and remember that word yet. Okay, so this is the second video for the packet that looks like this. Unit 7, Module 1. And this video is going to help you with the second page in the packet, which is on page 262. So I can solve division using a ratio table. In the first video, we talked about using an array. And an array really nicely shows the relationship between multiplication and division. And a ratio table also shows that relationship. We can use it for multiplying and dividing. And when you understand how to use the ratio table, it can be a really efficient way for solving these problems. So that's what we're going to do. So we've used ratio tables a lot this year, and you used them a lot last year. And now what we're going to do is we're going to be thinking about them for this problem here. Okay, so 3,000 divided by 12. And on your packet, it's going to give you like a starter problem to start with and ask you how that starter problem can help you get the answer to this original problem. So if I have 3,000 divided by 12, I want to know how can we use 2,400 divided by 12? Now, when it says how can we use this equation, 2,400 divided by 12, I pay attention, because that means that this equation is probably pretty friendly, maybe even friendlier than the one that we're trying to do. Well, a lot friendlier than the one we're trying to do. So 2,400, right away I see this 24. And I know that 12 two times is 24. So that's going to help me know this problem, and that's why that's such a friendly problem. So what I've done is I've set up a ratio table. I really think it's helpful to always set up your ratio table with labels. I get really turned around with the numbers and which one I'm looking for. So the way that I set it up is I said groups of 12 are going to be on the top. So if I have one group of 12, I can write one group of 12 here. And the total amount that I'd have all together in one group would be 12. Okay? So 12 is the divisor here, and that's why it's the number of groups of 12. Okay? And we're looking to get up to 3,000 here in this total amount here, because this 3,000 represents the total amount that we're dividing up. So I know one group would be 12, and that's not nearly enough. I also know that 100 groups would be 1,200. Okay, but that's still quite a ways away, and this starter problem is 2,400. So I kind of want to use that, actually. I wonder how many groups of 12 could make 2,400. I know two groups of 12 make 24. So to get 2,400, that means I need 200 groups of 12. Now, if you're watching this and you're not sure why I'm choosing the numbers I am, honestly, you can choose any numbers that will help you. The ratio table, your ratio table would maybe look different than mine, or than your friends, or than your parents. You're really trying to choose numbers or groups that you know right away. So like I know how to multiply by 200, because 200 groups of 12, I can do 2 times 12 is 24. And then times 100 would be 2,400, or 2,400. Okay, so that was pretty nice. And now this is only 600 away from 3,000, and that's what I'm trying to get to. So I wonder if there's a number that I could multiply 12 by to get to 600. I know that 12 times 5 is 60. Which means 12 times 50 is 600. So I'm going to use that as the next one. So now I've got 600 and I've got 2,400, and together those make 3,000. So I can just combine these two, since I combined these two. And now I know that it would be 250 groups of 12 to make 3,000. I'm going to show you this up a little closer. So I started with one group of 12 was 12. Okay, I always like to start with that unit right there, where it's one group of something is this total amount. And then I know that I can do 200 groups, and that would make 2,400, because 200 times 12 is 2,400. And I know that if I need 600 more to get to 3,000, which was my goal from up here, then I'm going to need 50 groups, because 5 times 12 is 60. Okay. And then all together I can combine those two groups to make 250 groups, and this gets us the total amount, or that dividend, 3,000. So now I know that my answer to 3,000 divided by 12 is 250. Okay. If the ratio table doesn't make sense to you, you can use other strategies that make more sense to you. You can use an array if you want. You can use multiplication. Whatever is the most beneficial to you at this point. But I want to make sure that you are all understanding at least a little bit how to set up a ratio table, and to maybe give that a try on this worksheet. All right, good luck with that, guys.